Palestine.Al-Qabu was a Palestinian Arab village in the Jerusalem Subdistrict. The name is an Arabic variation of the site's original Roman name, and the ruins of a church there are thought to date to the era of Byzantine Crusader rule over Palestine. Al-Qabu was depopulated on 22–23 October 1948, following the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. Following Israel's establishment, homes in the village were blown up by Israeli troops in May 1949, and in 1950, the Israeli locality of Mevo Betar was founded on the village lands. Location: situated on a hilltop that sloped downwards steeply on three sides. To the south lay a secondary road that linked Al-Qabu to the highway between Beit Jibrin and Jerusalem, which lay at a distance of about 1.5 kilometers. History: during the period of Roman rule over Palestine, the place was known as Qiobia. The village had a spring, and was located at the 10th milestone on the road constructed between Beit Jibrin and Jerusalem under Emperor Hadrian. The Arabic name of the Palestinian village, Al-Qabu, was a modification of the earlier Roman name. A ruined church by the village was visited by a team from the Survey of Western Palestine in 1873, and they determined that it appeared to date to the period of the Crusades, while other researchers, such as Reverend Dom M. Gisler OSB in 1939, have determined that it dates to the Byzantine era. Ottoman era. In 1863, Victor Guerin described the village perched like an eagle's nest and surrounded by gardens. In 1883, the Palestine Exploration Fund's Survey of Western Palestine described the village as being of moderate size, situated on a high hill, with houses built of stone. Other features mentioned were the presence of a ruined church on the hillside, southwest of the village, and two springs in the valley to the west. The village was laid out in a rectangular plan, extending in a north-south direction along the secondary road. The houses in the village were built primarily of stone. A few small shops in the village were located around its main square. Al-Qabu also had a shrine dedicated to one Sheikh Ahmad al-Umari that stood southeast of the village site. British Mandate era. In the 1922 census of Palestine, conducted by the British Mandate authorities, Qabu had a population of 139, all Muslims, increasing in the 1931 census to 192, still all Muslim, in a total of 31 houses. Several springs around the village, including Ain Tuz and Ain al-Bayada, provided water for its residents. The Ain esh-Shirkiyya, meaning the eastern spring, also lay close by. In 1945, Al-Qabu had a population of 260, all Arabs, with a total of 3,806 dunams of land. In 1944–45, the villages had allocated a total of 1,233 dunams of village land to the cultivation of cereals. 436 dunams were irrigated or used for orchards. Olive trees covered 30 dunams of land, while 12 dunams were classified as built-up areas. 1948 and the aftermath. The village apparently changed hands several times in the 1948–1949 period. Morris writes that the village was first depopulated on 22–23 October 1948. However, in March 1949 the IDF mounted a series of major attacks eastwards, in the area of Al-Qabu. The aim was to gain more territory, drive concentrations of Arabs eastwards, and create facts on the ground before a scheduled UN survey of Israeli and Jordanian positions. Notwithstanding these orders, the Israeli UN liaison officers were at pains to describe to the UN observers that the military military clashes were the result of Arab incursions and attacks. In reality, Israeli troops were given direct orders to take Al-Qabu, Kirbe Sanisan, Al-Jaba, and Kirbe Al-Hamim, even if it meant battling Jordanian troops. Over the course of their operations, Israeli troops from the 4th Brigade took several hilltops, and went on to clear the area of Arabs. The force, which was armed with machine guns and mortars, were ordered to hit every Arab spotted in the area, not to harm women and children. After signing the 1949 armistice agreements with Jordan on the 3rd of April, a question arose about the villages of Al-Qabu and Al-Walaha, whose inhabitants had gradually returned. These two villages were in Israeli territory under the armistice agreement, and Israel wanted them empty. On the 1st of May 1949, Israeli troops raided the villages and blew up the houses. IDF reports that the villages fled. In 1950, the Israeli settlement of Mevo Betar was established on village lands. According to Peterson, remains of the Palestinian village at the site include the church, a mosque, and a shrine for Sheikh Ahmad al-Umari. The mosque is a square structure with a courtyard, and it appears to be built of stones removed from the old church. Bibliography.